And welcome to this Know Your Lawyer Series 2. It's a great pleasure in having Mr. Thomas Jacob, Senior Partner at Thomas & Associates, with us here for Know Your Lawyer Series 2. Thanks, Mr. Thomas, for agreeing to be on the show.
Thank you.
And whenever you're ready, we can start our questions.
I'm ready. Normally it is we asking questions anyway. Thanks, you're asking questions. I'm ready to answer.
Right. So the first question, the first 5 questions are about your practice and related areas.
Yes.
So the first question is, why did you want to be a lawyer in the first place?
Oh, why did you want to be a lawyer? Yeah. It's like this. My grandfather used to be a lawyer in Kerala, and he was known as Thoma Vakil. He used to practice in a town called Kottayam, and he is supposed to have very good at practice there. And I have not seen him though. He passed away before I was born. So when I was born, I took his name and I was known as Thomas, and they all used to call me Kochi Thoma or Thoma Vakil, and they impressed upon me that I also should be like him, and it was always there in my mind that I should be a lawyer. And I am also a very socially conscious person, and I always wanted to ensure justice is given in things which I dealt or which I saw, and I also wanted to be fair in things which are in my purview and all that. And when I could relate to things, I thought that if I were a lawyer, to ensure these things happen. So that was always in my mind, and once I finished my graduation in commerce, the first thing I did was to make sure that I take an application from the law college and I get into the law college. That was the start of my...
Interesting. So basically what you're saying is you've inherited some kind of a legacy, at least in terms of the social responsibility and stuff like that.
Correct, but I still am terming myself as a first generation lawyer because he was not there when I started practice. Right. To actually take over what he has left behind.
Right. So moving on to question number 2, what are your strongest practice areas at Thomas & Associates?
I initially was working for Devout, which is a barrister firm, and my expertise over there was the original side of the High Court, basically a civil lawyer as such, and I continued thereafter. My areas of practice and my strongest area of practice is civil litigation, real estate acquisitions and registrations, and family law.
Okay, wonderful. And how big is your team currently, and which courts do you practice in?
Thomas & Associates was started in 2002, and presently we have 10 junior lawyers and 2 interns. So the courts that we practice are based out of Madras and Chennai, in fact. So we go to almost all courts in Chennai. Based on our clients' needs, we also go to other courts in different states and different cities, even towns we do.
Brilliant.
Yes.
And in terms of international practice, do you have experience in dealing with the judiciary internationally, or is your practice limited to India?
My practice is actually limited to India, but what happens is I am also in the panel of advocates recognized by the US Embassy as well as the Australian Embassy. So what had happened was, when some of my clients had faced problems elsewhere, one was in the US, and it's a famous case of S.P. Balasubramaniam's son, S.P.P. Charan. I ensure that I have a lawyer work for him, and wherein I was monitoring from here.
Interesting.
There were other cases also in Singapore and Dubai also, wherein we have our associates over there who work with us, who also would want to get advices from us based on the client's needs.
And do you have aspirations to go global at some point in time with Thomas & Associates?
Everybody does, so do we.
Interesting. That's nice. And coming to the last question related to your practice, does Thomas & Associates do a lot of pro bono work? If yes, in what areas? Because there's quite a lot happening here, and there's a lot of areas where common man is looking for justice. Do you have any initiatives internally where you do some kind of pro bono work?
Yes, we do a lot of pro bono cases. In fact, the initial stages of my career, I had done a lot of human rights cases. Basically, it was all pro bono, and I ensured that justice was served and ensured to the person or the victims involved. And there are many other cases in which they come and they ask me, and I do help them in those cases without taking anything financially. And our firm is also making sure that we have a junior lawyer and a set of people to do these kind of things.
Oh, very nice. That's so nice of you. Coming to the next section, which is about current affairs. As you know, we give our lawyers the choice of choosing their affairs, and you had made a couple of interesting choices. The first one being Jallikattu, and the next one being the current political scenario in Tamil Nadu. So, I mean, Jallikattu, what is your take on this? Because there's a lot of talk going on in social media about an order being passed in the Supreme Court allowing Jallikattu. So, what is your, opinion regarding that?
Yes, the Supreme Court hasn't allowed Jallikattu. Today's news is that it was posted for orders, and there was a council on record who wanted to ask the judges to pass the order before Saturday, wherein they could conduct it. And the court said it's unfair to ask us to pass orders, so they are going to pass orders only after Saturday. So, as of now, there is no sanctity from the Supreme Court as far as to conduct Jallikattu is concerned. But as far as Jallikattu is concerned, it is looking like the people of Tamil Nadu versus the rest of India. So it looks like that because of the fact that the people in Tamil Nadu, not Tamilians alone, I am a Malayali and there are others also, we all want to see that Jallikattu being a traditional sport of the people of Tamil Nadu. And we want to make sure that this particular sport is continued. And this is a sport which actually it's only basically taming the bull, and we do not hurt the bull. The only thing that we are asking the courts and the authorities to ensure is to give us guidelines. Give us guidelines. We aren't maiming the animal, we aren't killing the animal do come the next time also. So this is what Jallikattu is all about in Tamil Nadu. So the general observation of the people of the Supreme Court as well as the NGOs which are pursuing this to ban it, is the feeling that these animals are being tortured or they are maimed or they are killed thereafter. That is not the fact. It's a myth altogether. So I am of the view that Jallikattu as a sport should be allowed. Supreme Court should intervene as well as the state and the central government to intervene and to make sure that the sport is continued with guidelines.
Right. Thank you very much. And I think you're voicing the opinions of a lot of Tamil people. So,
not Tamil people of Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
In fact,
yeah.
Yes.
And your take on the current political situation in Tamil Nadu. So,
what is the question directly?
I mean, you're free to speak your opinion here. So,
I think soon after Jayalalitha's death, people are very happy about Shashikala taking over as the General Secretary of AIDMK. And they are saying that she has no business to even be there. And they have a lot of opinion. We do not know the percentage of opinions, but there is a general feeling that Shashikala should not take over the legacy left behind by Jayalalitha. I am only of this view. As people or as voters, we have a particular time during elections to exercise our franchise. Once we exercise our franchise and we have elected our representatives, it is for the representatives to ensure that they have a leader who would lead the government. Assume otherwise when Jayalalitha was alive and we had ensured that this representative had gone there and they had given no confidence to Jayalalitha and they had put somebody else, would we not have accepted it? Our only way of correcting it is the next elections. So there is nothing wrong in them, the leaders themselves, who were elected by us, making sure that they want Shashikala to be the General Secretary. So it's fair. If you have any grievance as such, make sure you do it in your election duty and vote her out and make sure that is done. As of now, our elected representatives have thought that she is the best person to lead AIDMK. That's really true.
Thank you for that. That's a very balanced opinion that you're taking. And coming to the last two questions, I mean, what are your favorite pastimes and hobbies? Being a lawyer, I know it's very busy, but...
I ensure that I have morning playtime. So I play cricket 3 days a week and I also play shuttle 2 days a week, and that's a must for me every day. So I need to get up and go there and play. That's my pastime and a hobby. I do a lot of long driving. In fact, when I visit my native place, I drive and go to Kerala. And so driving is also a pastime of mine.
Right. And the last question for you.
Yes.
If not a lawyer, what would you have been?
It's a very interesting question because I told you I am a very socially conscious person, and I would have become a social worker if not a lawyer. I would have ensured that I work in an NGO wherein I could have actually done a lot of good through the organization or the entity and ensure that that particular section of people that we were covering could be helped through our efforts. So that would have been where I would have been.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Thomas, for the time, and it was a pleasure speaking to you and hearing your views and knowing about you.
Thank you very much.
We look forward to being in constant touch with you. and you have a great Pongal vacation.
Thank you.
Thank you.